Oh, hey there, internets. This is Kyle. Coming to you with, wouldn't you believe it, I think we're on day 10 of this crazy little journey I'm bringing you along to hopefully enjoy. Me building a business from, more or less from scratch, with the goal of reaching $1 million in under a year to get the one of the 2 Comma Club awards from ClickFunnels at Funnel Hacking Live 2023, which will be September. I just got back again from Funnel Hacking Live 2022. Luckily, a week before a major hurricane hit Central Florida, which is where the conference was held. I got out of there before that mess came through town. So, thanks be to God for that. But in any case, so today is Monday as I'm recording this. So it was back to the day job today and getting caught up on work going on there. In the type of work I do, we everything changes by the fiscal year, which the fiscal year ends at the end of September. So now that we're in October, had a kind of a bit of a turnover in terms of the tasks that are going on and new planning for what's to come in the new fiscal year, etc., etc. So interesting. Excuse me. Discussions going on there, and whatnot. I did want to talk about a couple things. Number one, and actually do want to accomplish before I go to sleep tonight, something I've been kind of putting off for, I don't know, kind of unknown reasons, but need to get into ClickFunnels and just start building a funnel, which I guess would just start with some sort of a squeeze page, which is what you use to get somebody's email address. So you have a lead magnet, which I already thought about what I do for that. That's like a resume template, that I've used, had a lot of success with for PhDs. So use that as the bait to get to the squeeze page, and then the squeeze page, collects their info, and then boom, they get the resume template. So that's step number one. And step number two is building out. I think I'm going to try to do a video sales letter to sell a membership to my newsletter. And I was thinking of wanting to do webinars, and I've actually signed up for I got a free offer or whatever at ClickFunnels or at Funnel Hacking Live to try out this new software called Webinar Fuel, I think it is, which helps you to automate webinars and try different things. But, and Russell Brunson talks a lot about, if you're just kind of getting started, you should start out doing webinars. You should start out doing live webinars, is his point of view, because that maybe helps you tune your message to your target audience, right? And I'm all for trying that. Again, the problem I have is I've got limited time. I mean, I'm only spending, ideally I prefer to work after my kids have gone to bed, so I'm already getting started relatively late in the evening, 8 o'clock or so, 8:30. Which probably isn't a great time to start a webinar, considering I'm in the Central Time Zone. So that would be 9:30 Eastern. Obviously a little bit earlier on the West Coast, but so anyway, when I heard some of the presentations at Funnel Hacking Live talking about automating webinars, which obviously I'm familiar with. I mean, I've bought stuff from automated webinars. I get it. I just thought, oh, well, maybe I should just go that route initially. But then I was thinking, I'm not even sure why I need to do a webinar per se, as opposed to just doing a video sales letter. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. It's just that in one case, if it's an automated webinar, in one case, the person has to register for their webinar. And it's like, oh, webinar starting in 10 minutes. You should check it out or whatever. So then they just have to sit around for 10 minutes to then see your presentation. Versus a video sales letter, it's like, boom, as soon as you've hooked them in with whatever your bait is, they've got the video there, they've got all your copy, they can just read it immediately or watch the video, whatever they want to do, and then see your offer. And if they want to buy it, they want to buy it. If they don't, that's fine. So yeah, I guess it seems like people use webinars for higher ticket items, like in the $1,000 to $3,000 range. And maybe people use video sales letters for lower ticket things. I mean, I guess maybe a webinar is like longer than a video sales letter typically. But again, I'm all about efficiency. So if I don't have to actually come up with a 90-minute presentation for a webinar type thing, and I could get it all done in say I don't know what's typical for video sales letters, but maybe 10 minutes long or something, 10 or 15 minutes, then maybe I should do that. Or at least I should start with that, let's say. Put it out there, see how it works. And I guess if it just totally doesn't work, well then maybe I start trying webinars, have a little bit longer of an explanation, etc. Yeah, but then it's like, okay, what am I selling even on the video sales letters? Like, so I want to sell a membership. And I was also thinking about like my pricing, and again, to try to hit the numbers I want to hit, getting to $1 million. If I'm just starting out, just only really selling the newsletter, I said it'd be about $47 a month, is what I'm thinking. It's like half the price of just getting this magnetic marketing letter that I've talked about. And so, I mean, I'm sure you obviously could make your pitch of being like, oh, sign up for my membership, $47 a month, boom, click here. But I was alternatively thinking to try to get to people to commit a little bit more and get me a little more upfront cash is to sell an annual subscription or membership, whatever. Just like they do with magazine subscriptions, right? Typically, they make some good offer if you sign up for a whole year, as opposed to just getting like month by month, right? So then I was like, okay, well, why don't I set up the video sales letter? So I'm actually selling the year membership, and then I put in a MIFGE, which if I drop my little video down here, I did want to highlight this as something I learned at Funnel Hacking Live at the Day with Dan Kennedy specifically. So let me see how to, yeah, there we go. The MIFGE, MIFG, I don't know why this freaking Mac puts periods after I do a bunch of spaces. I really hate that. Like, I know how to put periods on the freaking, when I'm typing. I'm not an idiot, but anyway. So MIFGE stands for acronym for most incredible free gift ever. It's the bomb of all bombs. So that's your MIFGE. And the example that was given at the conference was an offer that Sports Illustrated made like a long time ago, I don't know, back in the late 80s or something. Which apparently like saved their business from going under, which was to offer a nifty football phone, a tangible physical product that was a free gift for signing up for their annual subscription, right? Stupid football phone probably cost them like, $1 or whatever to make, but then it's like, and they don't even, in the commercial or whatever, they don't even talk about like how much total you're paying. They're just like, hey, you're going to sign up for our annual subscription and you're going to get this free football phone. And I think like in the fine print of the commercial, it did say like you're going to pay whatever it was, $19 an issue or something, whatever it was. So therefore, I assume they charged them, 19 by 12. So, what are those? $200, a little over $200 or something to get the annual subscription. But, you get this, cool football phone, which was actually the thing that people were really wanting to buy. Of course, people not being too bright about these types of things and making impulsive purchases and emotional decisions don't realize they could probably just go to find some store that sells a very similar type of football phone for 10 or $15, whatever it would have cost at the time, as opposed to having to buy a $200 subscription, right? But I never realized that really worked for them. They sold a ton of subscriptions doing that, saved their company, and the rest is history. Sports Illustrated is still around and alive and kicking, right? So, I need to come up with what could I offer as my most incredible free gift ever? Or also, I was also heard it termed a premium offering, some sort of a premium with whatever your offer is. Something that you're throwing in for free to entice the person to pay, to go ahead and make a purchase, mainly because they just want to get that free thing, even though to you, the free thing is a very high margin item, costs you very little, relative to the price that the person's paying. So I don't have great ideas for that aside from, like swag, t-shirts or coffee mugs or custom pens or notepads or whatever stuff us PhD people think we like. I don't know. See, me, I'm not a big like stuff guy. I obviously have crap because you're looking in my office here, but I don't typically get excited about, custom branded stuff. I'm just like, if I like a notepad, I like to use the kinds of notepads that I like to use. So every time, as a PhD, you go to a lot of these technical conferences, they usually give you notepads to use when you're at the conference, like take notes. And I always used to just throw those away because they're always kind of really crappy and small and spiral bound, and I just don't like a lot of things about them. I just prefer to use the notebooks that I prefer to use. And I always have that with me, so I always just take my notes in my own notebook. And I'm not an idiot. I don't show up to conferences just with nothing in hand, looking for them to solve all my problems. But anyway, I digress. Point being, I need to come up with a good MIFGE and then do my video sales letter where I'm selling this great subscription membership package for X amount of dollars, which I'll talk about the dollars when I go back to the PowerPoint chart here in a second. Oh, by the way, if you purchase now, I'm going to throw in whatever 10-pack of PhD Secrets branded dress socks, right? I don't know, whatever. A lab coat, since it's probably people think of PhDs being people in lab coats. And do that just to get people to sign up for my membership so I get them in my pipeline. So they're going to pay me one price now, and obviously I'm not going to get recurring monthly income. Potentially, I will go over an alternative I'm thinking of offering to that. But let's just say it's a one-time, whatever, $500. You get the full year, 12-month subscription. But then, obviously at that time, of course I had to write in all the proper legal language. It would automatically convert after that 12-month period to just a recurring then monthly subscription at whatever the going rate is, I guess. Something like that. So anyway, the point being, I thought, okay, that maybe that's the pitch I can make in my video sales letter. So it's like a, lower-ish, but kind of moving into the mid-ticket kind of range, in the $500 range. But, people will sell multi-$100 things through those video sales letters all day long. And and I don't think that would necessarily be breaking the mold or anything. And so, again, if I have a good, compelling offer, should convert, I think. So I do want to talk about the idea of the what if, but before I get into that, let's go back to my PowerPoint. Back to my value, a slightly different version of my value ladder. This is not my newsletter, but just some things I've been jotting down as I am brainstorming. So again, I talked about the value ladder a bit yesterday. Gold member, diamond member, and the PhD collective. So again, I want to start here in the gold member status to just kind of get things off the ground, right? Again, just see if anybody's interested at all before I start trying to upsell to diamond and the PhD collective levels. And so again, I thought, oh well, maybe I should sell like $47 a month. So that's $564 a year if they were to stick around. So maybe I make. Oh, see, this is the other thing about making an offer for a year's subscription is that the slight problem is if I only sell, hey, just sign up now, I'm only going to charge you $47 a month, cancel anytime. Well, I mean, maybe 2-3 months down the road, whatever, they just become disinterested and they're like, yeah, I don't really want this anymore, I'll just cancel. So now, let's say if it's 2 months down the road, I've only made, $90 or whatever off of them, $95. Versus if I sell them on, hey, go ahead and prepay for the full year. Well, now I'm getting like, say, $497 up front. And maybe I still offer like, hey, you can still get a full refund within the first 30 days if you change your mind or something like that. But more or less, after they've paid that $497, they feel that pain kind of once. And then they just keep getting these newsletters and it's no monthly charge. So they're like, even if they don't really like it, maybe they wouldn't even think to call me back in the 30 days or something. Because it's like, well, to them, it's like already done deal. They've moved on. So that's one way I thought I could put that in the video sales letter for like $497. So again, I'm only taking a slight hit on what I would get if they were paying at the $47 a month rate. Or slightly different just pricing, still the same amount of money to me, but is to offer that for, say, it's like not a down payment, but whatever, it's $197 to get started for your full membership. $197 is all you have to pay today, and then then it's only $27 a month for the remainder of the year for those 11 months. So then that'd be like $494 for the year. And even I could maybe offer that, hey, this is like a special deal where if you sign up for this option, I will lock you in at the $27 a month for as long as you stay a member, maybe. Yeah, that'd probably be fine. Again, I got to get people to pay me the money first. I shouldn't worry about potential long-term impacts as this thing becomes a multi-billion-dollar enterprise or something. So that's right, fine. Just say, hey, if you go with this option, you can lock in right now $27 a month for as long as you want to keep the newsletter. Again, that means you're gonna be saving $20 a month for however long you want to get it over the retail price or whatever you want to say there. Yeah. And yeah, maybe that'd be a little more enticing. I don't know. So maybe these two options are like if I set up different, kind of do a split test in a sense, same video sales letter, but make one offer geared towards $497 and one offer geared to the $197 was $27 a month. See how that works. Or maybe just do the $497, but then if they say no, I don't want that, then I say, okay, hang on. I understand you can't pay $497 today. That's fine, but why don't you just give me $197 and then we'll lock you in at this low rate. Something like that. We'll figure it out. And I was playing around with some pricing for the diamond membership and all that fun stuff. So that's it. Last thing I want to hit, and then I'm going to log into ClickFunnels here and just start to poke around. ClickFunnels 2.0, by the way, which also I realized is, they launched it at Funnel Hacking Live, special offer, you sign up now, you lock in a lower rate of, well, you get 30 days for free to try it out, right? But then you're kind of committing after that 30-day period to pay $297 a month, which they say is actually going to be a $200 a month discount from, I guess, what they're planning to sell it at once it gets fully launched, which would be $497, $500, which is seems like a lot, but anyway. So nevertheless, $297 is obviously a lot of money for myself, not making any money. Therefore, further motivation to get kick this thing in gear and start getting some income. Anyway, last point is the what if. So I think this is, again, something I heard from Russell Brunson, and maybe heard it from like Tony Robbins or something, of talking about, maybe if you have some crazy, wild ideas, goals, whatever, instead of like trying to nitpick and like, how am I going to accomplish that thing? Or I don't really, think that's true. If, somebody says I can do something, I'm not really sure I believe them, is to switch your frame of mind to think, what if? Like, what if that goal could be attainable? What if somebody is telling me in terms of how I should reach some goal, what if that is actually true? This whole crazy journey I'm on, what if I could actually get to $1 million in sales within a year, starting from more or less nothing? And I think it'd be pretty crazy, but again, I believe that it is possible. I've seen enough testimonials of people who've, tried a variety of different things and been able to be successful. And not to say that this is any guarantee of success, but it at least, I think, allows me to open up my mind to the possibility that it could happen. And it seems that that's kind of a big point for a lot of successful people, is they try to get rid of their limiting beliefs and try to focus on who they can become, become the person that runs $1 million business. Like, imagine what that will be like, and then work every day to try to get to that point. And you will have much more greater chance of success by having that mindset versus being the one that's like, oh my gosh, like that's just, I don't know if I can do that. That's too far out there. Like I don't, I'm just starting from scratch here. I don't know if I can ever do that or get to be that person. It's just a much more negative kind of mindset that ultimately makes it a lot easier for you to bail when things get hard or you're tired. I mean, again, I've been tired every day this week or for the past week, but I'm still doing this. Obviously, I'm only 10 days in here, but still got a ways to go. Nevertheless, just got to take it a day at a time and see where it goes. So I leave you with that. Consider the what if in whatever thing you're trying to do, whether it's a financial goal or personal goal, family goal, whatever. What if that thing you're trying to achieve could actually be achieved? And what would envision yourself as being that in that person's shoes who's achieved that crazy thing. And then your brain, your subconscious, I think, starts to sort of work on figuring out the path to get you there, even if you can't necessarily see it exactly in front of you. So that's all for today. Until next time, peace.